What's happening, Form? I'm back here with another exclusive trailer breakdown for Series 13 of that famous TV and sci-fi program, Doctor Who. And let's see exactly what we can discover this time, because honestly, I think I've found some things that not many other people are going to comment upon. Now, what you might not be able to tell from this shot, because it is out of focus, but if you wait to the very end, you can see that this is, in fact, the Doctor as played by Jodie Whittaker, who has been playing the role since 2018. And just in case you had any fears, you can see that it does confirm here that she will be in the series, so the Doctor is returning, guys. You know, I was worried about that, but it looks like we're going to be on track for this series. It's going to be a good one. So one of the first things I think we noticed here is that Jodie Whittaker appears to be mimicking Donald Trump's infamous smirking, which obviously makes me think that this is a big clue that our favourite character, Jack Robertson, is in fact back in the series once again, guys. Wondering what he's going to be up to this time. Maybe he's partnering with the Cybermen. I mean, he kind of got off scot-free last time, and I think he was the president or something like that. Yeah, so, you know, exciting stuff coming. Now, interestingly, in the background of this, you may see there are these particles, like particulates flying around, and that's a big clue right there, I'm thinking, to say that this takes place during the Industrial Revolution. So I'm thinking we may be getting a Jack the Ripper episode. Maybe Captain Jack is the Ripper. Very exciting. Now, here, this is really interesting, because if you look really closely, you can see that we have these triangle sections back here. And only one Doctor Who monster has ever been comprised of triangles, and that is in fact the Mechanoids, which makes me think, look at the architecture, we're in fact back on Mechanus. And this, I think, is Peter Purves regenerated into a Time Lord, because I think that's what he did, right? When did he leave the show? Now, here's a very, very interesting frame here. In the background, we see these distinct trees occupied by some kind of vaporous form, which I'm going to guess is mist or possibly smoke. And if you remember, during the 5th Doctor story, The Visitation, there was mist and smoke about because the people thought it was going to ward off the plague. So I'm thinking Pteroleptals confirmed for Series 13. I'm really excited. I hope they're going to break Jodie's stupid-looking sonic screwdriver. So then the trailer kind of ends for a bit, and I think that's meant to be a clue. That's meant to say that this era of Doctor Who is coming to an end. So one thing I'm really glad to see is that Peter Capaldi is in fact back in this era of Doctor Who. You know, I really missed him last time, and I think he just puts in such a good performance. IMDb double confirmed on that one. We're locking that in. That's confirmed for Series 13. Pietro Capaldi back again in his iconic role, Dan. Now, if you look at the back here, this is really interesting. We have what appears to be wall artifacts. And I think, as far as I'm aware, the only civilization to ever have wall artifacts was the Mayans. So I'm thinking we're going back to the Aztecs, guys. You know, the Doctor's finally going to have that hot cocoa. He's going to have that engagement. She's going to have that engagement.
Oh, what? Yes, I made some cocoa and got engaged.
Very excited for this episode. Also, there appear to be 2 nooses in the background, so I think Chibnall's hinting at how you might want to feel after you've watched this era. Now, you might have missed this if you weren't paying attention, but there's actually a really interesting clue in this series. If you go back and if you listen very carefully, Yaz says something here. She says a line, and I'm thinking this line might be trying to tell us something about the Doctor's character, something that's going on. Let's see if we can figure it out.
You're hiding something.
What I'm gathering from this is that there's something the Doctor knows that she's not telling Yaz. And that's big. That's conflict right there, because Yaz wants to know what the Doctor isn't telling her, and the Doctor isn't telling her. And so I'm looking forward for like the first 5 minutes of an episode in which, you know, Yaz says something like that, and then it's not addressed for the entire rest of the episode. Really excited for how this conflict is going to ultimately amount to nothing. Really looking forward to this series of Doctor Who. I just realised I've got it cropped, but in like 16:9. Oh, I'm a big fuckhead. Now, something that's really exciting here is you see these spiky mountains about, and you know, I think we've only ever seen spikes once before in Doctor Who, and that was all the way back on the Web Planet, so I'm thinking Zabi, triple confirmed, locked that in, Series 13, whatever the fuck those Mothmen, butterfly, what were they called? The Web Planet, they were like more like bumblebees, weren't they? No, I found the Bumblebee Conservation Trust. One sec, let me try again. The Menoptera. The Menoptera. Once again, that little hint, that little smirk that she did. I think we're confirming right now that Jack Robertson is definitely So I'm thinking, the fact that we've seen this same clip twice, they're really wanting to emphasize this. I think this is telling us that Jack Robinson is not just in one episode. He's not even probably just going to be in 2 episodes. I'm going to guess that Jack Robinson is the main villain for this entire era. And honestly, what a better way to finish off the Chibnall run than with his most iconic character, Carl from the train. Now, this is something really interesting here. There's something really new here that I don't think anyone has really touched upon or talked about yet, and that's the fact that Jodie's using a catapult, which is making me think this is the Beano crossover episode we've been waiting for. Dennis the Menace, I think, will be making an appearance. This might actually be Dennis the Menace right here, kind of got the hair. So that's really exciting. Also, Jodie appears to be wearing a 3-dimensional T on the top of her head. Very excited about that. And as we can see here, this is clearly look at her face. Now this part of the trailer I find really confusing. It's sort of I don't really know I can't see Ryan, I can't see Yaz. Ryan's gone. I can't maybe this is the new title sequence, I think. It's like cubes now.